listening to the Art of Homeschooling podcast, where we help parents cultivate creativity and connection at home. I'm your host, Jean Miller, and here on this podcast, you'll find stories and inspiration to bring you the confidence you need to make homeschooling work for your family. Let's begin. Well, hello there, my friend, and welcome. The inspiration for this episode comes from a question I'm often asked. So many homeschooling parents ask me if they should keep lessons going in the summertime. And I know it's tempting, especially when we feel like we haven't finished it all, right? Whatever the heck that means. And I would venture to guess that we all feel a bit that way when we get to this point in the year. I'm recording this at the very end of April. It's about to be May. And when we get to this point in the year, we see the end of the homeschool year on the horizon, we often think, oh no, I didn't finish it all. Maybe I should homeschool in the summer. But here's the honest truth. We all benefit from a break in order to refresh, recharge, and reset. And I want to remind you that children are learning all the time, right? The human brain is wired for learning. So really, we can craft a summer that has a lot of learning in it, even if we aren't doing formal lessons. So being a parent is a full-time job, right? And then we add homeschooling on top of that, and it's just a lot of responsibility. And it can even be exhausting at times, right? So taking a break is essential to our mental health and our overall well-being. And I will add that by taking a break in the summertime, you will feel more energy. You'll feel re-energized for homeschooling come fall. So with summertime right around the corner, I'm sharing 10 ways to step away from homeschooling this summer. I've included practical ideas here for taking a break, for honoring your own interests and desires, and finding ways to relax and unwind. I'll also give you some suggestions for fun and creative activities you can do with your kiddos that can help you recharge and bond as a family. Whether you have a few minutes, a few hours, or days to fill, these tips will help you feel refreshed, rejuvenated, and ready to embrace the next homeschooling year with renewed energy and enthusiasm. So let's go. Number one, establish a simple daily rhythm. You know, I talk about rhythm a lot around here. And even though I encourage you to take a break from formal lessons in the summer, that does not mean ignoring rhythm. A simple daily rhythm with several touch points throughout the day, anchor points I like to call them, is a great starting place. And you can also leave a lot of room for improvisation for days that have a different rhythm to them. But if you have a foundational rhythm that can really help you establish a sense of grounding. Here are just some examples. So perhaps the morning is a time for gardening or for house projects, or while the children play, you're doing something else. And then you come together for lunch, and right after lunch, you read together. Later in the afternoon might be a quiet work time for mom while the children play again. Maybe they're outside at that time. And then the evening might be for going on a family walk together, walking the dog, gathering together to sing, have a sing-along, all kinds of things that are possible here. You could also look at your whole week and perhaps choose one day of the week that's library day, another that's swimming day, a day for walks in the woods or for meeting up with friends. Yes, your rhythm will be different in the summertime, and that's okay. It's actually a good thing. Just don't forget about it altogether. If you want more help with this, I have a whole podcast episode on it. It's episode 34 called Create a Simple Summer Rhythm. And I'll link to that episode in the show notes for this one. Number 2, take a solo vacation. So think about this, whether it's a weekend getaway or a week-long trip. I want you to consider taking time away from your daily routine to be alone, to get away, take a break, take yourself out, step away from the family responsibilities. This can really be the ultimate reset. You might choose to go solo, as I said, or perhaps you're going to choose to go with a partner or a good friend. And choose a place, a destination that offers activities that you enjoy and allows you to relax while also replenishing your mind, body, and spirit. We all need that sometimes. Getaways are truly a wonderful way to recharge. Number 3, plan professional development for you. You're the leader in your homeschool, so consider taking an online class to prepare you for your upcoming homeschooling year or for a particular subject that you're going to be teaching. You could consider coming to the Taproot Teacher Training for homeschoolers. This is a gathering that I host every year, the first weekend in August, and it's full of hands-on workshops in the grades, in the lively arts, inner work, music, drawing, painting, all kinds of things. We have a team of 11 presenters, all of whom are experienced homeschoolers. Taproot is a perfect combination of a solo vacation and professional development. So numbers 1 and 2, you can combine them together for the homeschooling parent. It's like a personal retreat, homeschool training, and summer camp all rolled into one. Plus, I'd love to meet you in person. I'll be sure to put a link to this in the show notes as well, so you can find out more if you're interested. Number 4, schedule a spa day. Oh, I love this one. I'm going to do this for sure this summer. Treat yourself to a spa day. Seriously, you deserve it. Get a massage, a facial, or any other treatment that makes you feel pampered and refreshed. Disconnect from your phone, from your responsibilities, and enjoy some me time. You might also want to incorporate mindfulness into your daily routine over the summer. Simply find a beautiful spot in your home or your yard where you can sit and practice deep breathing, perhaps. Focus on the present moment. You might even want to try guided meditation or yoga to help you relax and de-stress. These are like mini spa days, spa moments, I might say, that you can weave into your daily life. Number 5, connect with friends. So reconnecting with your friends can be a wonderful way to rejuvenate your spirit. Plan a fun activity together. You might go for a hike, have a picnic, or even take a cooking class or something fun together. Spending time with people who make you happy can boost your mood, can recharge your batteries. So plan some time for you to connect with your adult friends, and also some time for you to connect with homeschooling friends. So with your kiddos, you might want to connect with other homeschoolers or neighborhood friends. You could plan to gather for weekly meetups with other families. For example, maybe you want to go on Friday hikes during the summer, or meet up for weekly park days or beach days or something like that. But connecting with friends, both your adult friends and then with your kids, with homeschooling friends or other families, can be really, really rejuvenating. Number 6, get outside and explore nature. Oh my gosh, this one I think helps all of us all around, right? Outdoor activities can be so much fun, whether it's exploring new parks, hiking trails, nature preserves. Children just learn so much without us needing to teach them, without the formal lessons, just by being out in nature. They learn about local wildlife, plant life, the environment, the importance of conservation and taking care of our natural world just from spending time outside. This is really experiential learning at its best. One of my family's favorite summertime outdoor activities is creek walking. You can even pack a lunch and make a day of it. And one of my summertime mantras is to eat as many meals outside as often as possible. We often even eat breakfast outside, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Number 7, take a learning vacation as a family. Planning a learning vacation can be a great way to refresh your homeschooling mindset, remind you that homeschoolers have a much broader perspective or a broader definition of what learning is. And a learning vacation can provide an opportunity for the whole family to explore new subjects and experiences together. Ideas for destinations might include national parks, museums, zoos, historical sites. Even day trips can be enriching and memorable. So find some good one-tank trips near you. That's a one-tank trip is a trip that you can take on one tank of gas in your car. So find something in your state or region that you might be able to go and partake of in one day. Number 8, focus on life skills. Use the summer months to teach your children practical life skills such as cooking, gardening, woodworking, basic home repair. These skills will not only be useful to them throughout their lives, but will also give them a sense of accomplishment and confidence even. So find out what your children are interested in and help them explore different subjects and find new passions. Summer is the perfect time to experiment with new learning activities that are fun and engaging. I have a great online experience to recommend to you called #LifeSkillsNow. It's a summer camp, an online summer camp that's organized by Katie Kimball at Kids Cook Real Foods. It's a totally no charge camp. It happens June 12th through the 16th to help all your kids ages 5 through 18, plus their workshops for parents, help your kids build important life skills, everything from auto maintenance to cooking great food to writing thank you notes. There are over 80 workshops to choose from, and I'll be sure to put a link to this in the show notes for you to check out. Number 9, send your kids off on an adventure. Whether it's with dad or the grandparents, kids love having their own adventures, like going to a baseball game with dad, an outdoor performance with a grandparent, or mini golf with their neighborhood buddies. When my boys were little, my mother hosted all the cousins at her house for 5 days each summer for Grandma's summer camp. They would go to the pool, visit a horse farm, take tennis lessons, and they ate lots and lots of ice cream. If you don't have grandparents around, consider doing a trade with another family where you each have time with all the kids and then also some time at home without your kids. And number 10, do something you don't feel like you have time for during the year. Perhaps it's reading a novel. It could be something as simple as that, or learning a new hobby yourself. Whatever it is you feel like you'd love to pursue but don't have time for during the homeschooling year, plan to do more of that in the summertime. For years, I had this funny rule for myself that I wasn't allowed to read fiction during the homeschooling year. But in the summer, I could read all the novels I wanted to. It felt so freeing, and it felt so much like summertime when I had a good book in my hand. If you want some suggestions, I'll put a link to a post on my website called Summer Reading for Homeschool Families. Summer is also a great time to learn something new just for you. Have you wanted to learn to play the ukulele? Take up cross stitch again, take a dance class, find something that sparks your creativity and passion so you can fill yourself up from the inside out. There you have it, 10 ways to step away from homeschooling this summer. All of these ideas are great opportunities to incorporate hands-on learning while making new discoveries outside of our regular homeschool rhythms. I hope that these encourage you to think of new ways to mix things up a bit, bond as a family, generate some fresh energy, take some time away for yourself, and create lasting memories. I also want to suggest that you check out a great article over on my website, 108 Ways to Have Fun at Home This Summer. I'll be sure to link to that article in the show notes. And you can find the show notes for this episode along with links to everything I've mentioned here over at artofhomeschooling.com/episode 131. Thanks so much for listening. I really appreciate you. That's all for today, my friend. But here's what I want you to remember. Rather than perfection, let's focus on connection. Thanks so much for listening, and I'll see you on the next episode of the Art of Homeschooling podcast.